Today we're going to be doing a tag video called Your Answers Can't Be Books. I really liked the idea of this tag. It is created by BookBuds. I will link the original down below. I saw it on Hannah at Hannah's Books channel, and it just seemed really fun. And you know, we all talk about books. That's what our channels are designed for here on this little corner of YouTube called BookTube. And I liked hearing about like other things in people's lives other than books. You get to see a little bit more into their life. I don't know. I was like imagining looking through a small hole when I did that. Anyway, let's get into the question. So I'm going to start with the last question, which is tag 5 booktubers that you want to learn a little bit more about. So I do remember looking in the comments on Hannah's video and seeing Brian at Bookish say he would do this video if he was tagged, and I always love when Brian talks about like his music interests and other stuff in his Saturday hodgepodge. So Brian, officially consider yourself tagged if someone else has not yet done it. Mariana at Mariana Moss Books, I would also like to tag you. Scott and Nell at Gunpowder Fiction and Plot. I'm missing someone I want to tag. Who do I want to tag? Oh, and Gina at Gina Stanner Books. So no pressure if you don't want to, but if you want to provide a little bit more insight into yourself other than your love of books, feel free to do this tag. And for anyone else who I didn't tag, it's a fun tag. Do the tag if you want. Okay, now the actual questions that are about me. Question number 1, what is something that you own way too many of other than books? I had to think about this because I don't own a lot of things. I'm not an intense minimalist, but I don't like to own things in excess. So I was kind of looking around my house, and the only thing I could consider, which excess I think is, I don't know if it's the term I would use, but I own a lot of spices. My partner and I have been trying to figure out how to organize our spices for years in our apartment. We've kind of finally figured something out. It has like the label on top of what it is, and you like look down and you can pick things out. We own a lot of spices. Now, personally, I don't think there's such thing as owning spices in excess because I love spices. I love trying new foods and trying to create new foods, or I love my partner to try to do that. I'm not a huge cook, or I don't love cooking, but he likes to cook for the most part. So yeah, we'll, if we see a new recipe we want to try, we'll go out and get new spices at different places. So yeah, I would say spices. We own a lot of spices. Question number 2, what is something that you do for fun that's not reading a book? I have like my winter activities and my summer activities, and my winter activities are indoors. So aside from reading, that would probably be making puzzles. I'm not big on watching TV or movies. I basically haven't seen any movies, and yeah, I'm not a huge fan of consuming my media in that capacity, but I do like doing a puzzle every once in a while. And I think like I like outdoor activities or like exercise activities that aren't actual exercise, because I hate just like exercising. I want my exercise to be fun. So I like to rock climb. I mainly do indoor at this point, but I have done some outdoor. So like I'll pop some pictures up of some of my climbing because I don't take video or anything when I'm indoor at the gym. But that's something I do a few times a week, like to get out of the house, to get, just to have fun while exercising. I've been climbing on and off since I was 12. So it's just a fun activity for me. That's just like a part of my life. In the past few years, I've gotten into playing tennis with my partner. So during the summer, when it is not raining, it rains, it's been raining a lot this summer. I think we're supposed to get that hurricane that's coming up the east coast of the United States. So we like to play tennis. And then during the summer, we also like to camp and hike and backpack. So maybe I'll pop up some pictures of some of my favorite hikes that I have actual photographic evidence of. I'm really bad at taking pictures. Not like they come out bad, but like I forget to do it. Anyway, I'm rambling. Question 3, what is something special or important on your nightstand that's not a book? Okay, I don't keep a lot. I keep a lot of junk on my nightstand. I basically always have lotion in it because like I get really dry. This was Hannah's answer too. And I'm like constantly, like every night I go in there and I have like 3 different lotions to pick out from depending on how dry my hands are. And yeah, I put lotion on every night before I go to bed. And then I just have some like little trinkets that I've collected through the years. I'm not a really big trinket person. Hence like the not owning a lot in excess, and most of my trinkets I've brought to my cubicle at work so that they're not in my house, but I have a few there that I've been given through the years that just I like and I just keep there. Okay, question 4, what's something that you buy at a bookstore other than books? Nothing. I mainly I mainly buy my books used, and so used bookstores that I go to don't really sell anything other than books, so I don't have an answer to this. Question 5, what's a fun gift that you've received that wasn't a book or a gift card for books? Okay, I don't like gift giving. I'm very much in the minority of the population when it comes to that, but I don't like receiving things that I don't need because I don't like owning a lot of stuff. So I don't like to do much exchanging of gifts with people, and really the only time I buy gifts for people, like even in holiday times, is if it's something that like I just know that that person would love, and I kind of don't like receiving, so like I kind of put that out in the world, like don't give me gifts. That doesn't work, obviously, for my family and some of my close friends. Okay, one non-tangible gift that I don't own anymore, during the pandemic, like when it first started, my birthday is in May, and so I obviously couldn't really do anything for my birthday because it was right at the beginning of the pandemic, and my best friend lives across the country from me, and she texted me and was like, hey, open your door. And she had ordered food delivered to my house from like a local place that I had never gone to before. And it was just like a very sweet gesture. Like I didn't have anything planned. And so yeah, I really appreciated that. Another thing that I got as a gift that I really appreciated. So I have a full sleeve. It took a long time. And I was going to get it done about 3 hours away from where I live. I would go out typically on a Saturday. I would get tattooed Saturday and Sunday, and then I would go home. And I did this multiple weekends, like many weekends over the course of a year and a half. And I just got to know everyone at the tattoo studio really well. And my tattoo artist's wife would manage the studio. And on my last day when we finished my sleeve, she like gave me this gift, and I will like put a picture or video I think I took up of it. I actually have it like up higher on my shelves over here. And it was so unexpected, and she made it. And it's pretty funny because she has a lot of like this type of stuff, like these flower things around the tattoo studio, and she got into it during the pandemic, and she wasn't there for my previous sessions, and I saw them hanging everywhere, and I was like, oh my goodness, where did you get these, Gabe? These are beautiful. And he was like, oh, Leanne made them. And so she had no idea that we had that conversation, and then she presented that to me, and it was just so sweet, and it was unexpected, and like I was already obsessed with the artwork itself, and so I love it. Yeah, and I have it on my bookshelf. We're cutting from the tag for a second because I wanted to use this opportunity to just show off my tattoo, to be honest. It took a year and a half to do, and it was a really great experience. My artist is Gabe Londis. His tag on Instagram is Drawing Dead Art. I hope I'm putting a video up, I'm sure, of just scrolling through his content. And it's just like really, I love his artwork. It was such an amazing process to get tattooed by him. The whole experience of going there and like being at the studio was really nice. Like, they had snacks out, they had drinks for you to get. Everyone was so kind. It was just such a nice experience actually just going to the studio every time I got tattooed. And if anyone was interested with who did my artwork, that's it. So I'm just gonna cut in some video footage of my tattoo so you guys can see it a little closer up. And then we'll move on to the next question. So when I started this wasn't even going to be a sleeve. And it started up here. There were no snowflakes, but we started with that idea of this skull and some of the leaves and stuff around it. So I just wanted to kind of give a close-up of what the snowflakes look like and really all the detail in the skull. I wish my camera was better at this because it's pretty incredible the amount of detail in this thing. This is kind of where we started with these seed pods. We added that praying mantis in to the back. It's a bummer that it's on the inside of my arm, so it's hard to see. The reason we went down for a full sleeve is because I wanted mushrooms and just saw his artwork and decided, let's just go for it. Let's just do it. Yep, so we started with these little branches too. Added our little spider friend. That was a painful area to get tattooed, especially in the ditch. We added a moth and this skull. And really the whole design kind of formed around this idea of life and death and the cycles of that. We have prey, we have predators, we have fungi, which breaks down a lot of things naturally. I don't know if I ever really show it, but there's a chrysalis on my back, so life in some form. And then praying mantis again is another predator. My little mushroom guys. That elbow area was horrible. That was probably the most painful part of the tattoo. Really, just the detail is incredible and I love it. The last question, what's a YouTube channel that you watch that's not related to books? Okay, most of the channels that I'm subscribed to are book related. However, I will go down total wormholes of just like random YouTube stuff, like beauty YouTube drama. I'll get sucked into that. I won't subscribe to any of the channels, but I'll watch all this drama play out, and I find it very entertaining. I really don't have drama in my life, so I like to joke that I like to get it from other places. I mean, like, you know, what YouTube, I feel like what people originally went to YouTube for like how-tos, how to do something. I will still use YouTube for that when needed. And I follow some climbing channels so that I can watch competitions when they happen. But that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed being here and listening to a little bit more about me that wasn't about books. And until next time, happy reading!